My name's Brad Penley. I'm an explosive ordnance disposal officer with United States Navy. I first got connected with Rock Church back in 2009. It was my first duty station here in San Diego, but from the first time I showed up, and people were in t-shirts and jeans, and the pastor was a football player, and there were people of all colors and walks of life in this church, and I'd never seen that before. I had been tithing as hard as I thought I could. And then I read the book, The Blessed Life by Robert Morris, and it really challenged me. I'd been deployed multiple times in combat zones and some really rough places overseas. And just being able to see these other organizations, be it nonprofits, churches, first line, first aid workers, their impact that they were able to have far above and beyond what the military was capable of to really touch the hearts and minds. I really knew that I wanted to use real estate to do something more impactful for the kingdom and be able to give in a bigger way than I was able to do with just my military income. We would be able to take part of it and seed it into an endowment, and then that endowment would pay for missionaries. So I think that's probably the biggest impact of the missionaries and hopefully their families, is that they have financial security that they can go do what God's called them to do, and they don't have to spend a majority of their time fundraising. As I felt my generosity increase, sometimes painfully, I saw amazing things happen. I was at the last dollar that I had. It was the first time in my adult life that I'd overdrafted my accounts. All my credit cards were maxed out, and I had to pay taxes, a big tax on one of the properties here. I was getting very little sleep, very stressed, anxious. My other job in the Navy is explosive ordnance disposal. We're able to defuse bombs underwater. So you'd think I'd had built up some resiliency to stress, but financial stress is something totally different. I got on my knees, I prayed, I said, God, I don't know how you're gonna come through, but I really need you to come through. And the specific amount was $5,405.44. I went to bed that night just saying, God's gonna come through on this. I opened up my business banking account at 2 o'clock that morning, and in the account was $5,404.55. 2 checks that I hadn't expected, hadn't budgeted for, wasn't looking for, landed in my account. I had to transfer $1 from my personal account. I knew for certain this time that it was God, to the decimal point. Opening my heart to learn how to give and take these lessons on how to give has really helped me seed into things that aren't financial, that are very spiritual, very emotional, and have brought me friends I never thought I would have, mentors I never thought I would have, opportunities that I never thought I would have. Trust tithing. Try tithing. Try it to the point that it hurts and it makes you pray and seek out community. And in those moments, you might find things that are so much more beneficial than what the bottom line on your bank account says. Not all of us are preachers. Not all of us are healers. But some of us do have the gift of funds. And there's some people in our church congregation that have that talent. They have that gift. And God wants to bring those people who have a gift for finances to people who may have a gift for ministry or healing or teaching, and bring them together to multiply. Having a heart for the house means you want to show up. You want to be trainable in all these areas with talent, treasure, and your time. But it's only by coming to the house and having my heart open to be able to give in as many different ways as possible have I been blessed abundantly.